Hello, how we doing? What's going on? I realized I started a little bit quicker than I wanted to there. I just noticed I didn't have my music ready. Yeah, it's okay though. Yeah, the problem with Everhood music is that some of it's very loud apparently. Okay, there we go. I've since fixed that. Apologies. This is why I set up my music before I stream. Um, but yee. Yeah, skip ahead to like one. E. I really enjoyed playing Everhood. I thought it was great. But yeah, welcome back to my little chill out VR world that I'm working on. Uh, it's been coming along. As you can see, I have updated my textures a little bit here and there. We got a concrete looking bridge. We got some brickwork over here. I have not changed this at all. I probably will though. I don't think I like it the way that it currently is. But yee. Sorry for not starting the stream earlier. I had planned on... Is that a mew? Meow. There you go. But yeah, I had planned on starting the stream a little bit sooner. But then I realized I had forgotten to eat again, which I've been doing far too much lately. And I don't want to be hangry on stream. But yeah, I'm kind of digging the textures that I'm using for a couple of these areas. I think they look quite nice. Oh, that was supposed to be concrete there. That's alright. But yeah, it's coming along. It's going okay. I do want to get rid of my placeholders over here. These got in the way last time I was uploading the world to chill out. So I'm going to delete those real quick now while I'm thinking about it, so that they're not in the way again. Oh yeah, I was also going to turn on the N. There we go. I don't know. I like the way this looks for these kind of streams. I think it's nice. But so I'm still trying to figure out how exactly I want to make this work. I might make some changes, some like rather large changes to this building still before the final draft of this version of the world, I guess is how I'm gonna phrase that. I do also have to get this surface ready for brick, like proper brick. Like these are obviously very stretched. I might do a full texture in Substance Painter of just all the things that I want as brick. I do like these bricks, but obviously those don't work the same for walls. Good for floors, not so much for walls, as far as I know. Oh, I do also need the doors. You need the doors to be obviously better than just squares. I do have some doors that I worked on that are like a little asset pack I've got. Could probably use those. I think I mentioned that last time as well. Thought I textured these. Oh, I textured those within Unity, I believe, with just a simple texture. But I do want to texture them. I'm thinking with wood, like planter box style, sort of like wooden exterior, and just like, you know, the dirt inside. That might be what I go with. If I select this face. I think this song is a little bit too hype. Doesn't really work for this. Yeah, we'll listen to that one for a bit. But yeah, so if I move this in here... Oh, also, let me turn that on for you guys. In case anybody wants to see what keys I'm pressing, there you go. Oh yeah, so you can sort of see the thought process for this now that I've textured one side. Like a wood texture for the panels of the box. I think that would be probably a good idea. It's a very weird song to have on stream. Squid Jazz? What's that one from Everhood? I don't remember this song. That one's too short. Actually, that one's probably a good one. Heck. I gotta stop messing around with music. Pieces. Granted, by doing this, I'm gonna be making it harder for me to texture it in Substance Painter later, so I won't do this too much, but this is more just as a sample. There we go. Yeah. Heck, that wood even looks kind of nice for it. We'll probably use that. And it's also proving to me that it doesn't need to be as high detailed as I thought. Because it's not amazing, but it's also not terrible. Like it's probably a decent wood texture from this sort of distance. When you get up close, it's almost like Minecraft textures again. And I'm trying to avoid Minecraft textures. There we go. So now if I select all of it, yeah, we can see it's all back where it was, but should be able to just shrink this down. Trying to think what size. Probably about that size or thereabouts. And then of course I can overlap some of these similar faces. So most of this is getting a wood texture, while some of it's going to be getting a dirt texture. So let's grab the faces that are going to get dirt. There we go. So all those faces are going to have a dirt texture. Ah, okay. So these are all connected. I probably should break it up a little bit into a couple of smaller pieces. I'm thinking right there would be a good spot. And maybe there as well. Those two. A little bit of UV unwrap. Those faces again. Okay. Now all of these, I'm gonna like put them near each other, maybe even overlapping in some cases. Yeah, that's all right. Maybe. Actually, this is going to be mostly unseen, so this should be smaller than a lot of the different things. A lot of the side walls, because the side walls you will see all the time. This one is substantially bigger than the other pieces. Oh yeah, so just overlap all of these, because like I said, these aren't going to be seen very much. Rotate, let's just rotate it 90. -90. There work. Maybe this is one where I just want to color it brown and call it a day. Keep it more stylized. Give it a brown gradient. That's not quite right, is it? These are very like purpley reddish browns. Or yeah, they kind of look purple. That's what I decided to go with, though. Look better? No? I didn't realize how purple it was. It is quite purple. And this one isn't any better, is it? No, that's worse. Definitely worse. No, I don't think gray is a better way to do it. Nope. I'm not liking any of those. I think I'll need a different color. Yeah, let's go to I have never played Helltaker, but music is very good. So that we're gonna listen to. Yeah, I'm really unhappy with the shades I've got there for that. I'll probably have to grab more later. Let's continue unwrapping though the other pieces here. So all the other pieces will overlap some of these. Because I do want variation still. I don't want it to look like it's all the same. I don't want it to look like it's all the same texture, but having it so that it's all, you know, relatively small by overlapping is, in my opinion, it's a good way to do it. For this kind of, at least for my kind of workflow with what I'm doing here. So that should be good. Maybe raise these up a bit to shrink it down a bit more. There we go. Rotate by -90. And then I'm thinking I'm going to put it right here above this other piece. And that should be substantially larger textures than that. Which that is just the window frames here. Which honestly, they look pretty good up to, yeah, about this distance. Maybe a little closer, but too close and you'll start noticing they look a little bit low resolution, which is all right. That's okay. But yeah. Oh yeah, I guess I could just add another bit of brown through this thing, but not exactly what I want to do. I'll add it later, like I was saying. So let me see here. I gotta export this first real quick. Wah. This is the planters. Yeah, so you want to like click selected objects. That's important. Yeah. If you only want to export the one thing. I mean, if you want to export everything, by all means, but I'm also going to name it over here. Honestly, I probably should go through and name a bunch of stuff, but a little bit tedious. I'll do that off stream if I'm gonna do it. I don't wanna bore you guys with that. You know what I mean? I do gotta bring in my other wind turbines. I've got a couple over here, but I need more. I've got a bunch more that I made up. They look kind of nice. Okay, so what would I do in here? I'm going to be opening up theme to open up substance painter. I do actually kind of like these gradients. I think they look quite nice. And I've been starting to lean towards maybe the idea of having gradients and solid colors and stuff. But then like giving it a texture, you know, maybe a resolution of texture that's not quite the same. So let's say this would have normals that are maybe more reflective of like a 2K texture, but obviously this looks more like it's for like an 8-bit system or something. I don't know, I thought that might give it a nice look and nice unique art style to it. Plus it will also keep it relatively optimized doing it that way, which is ultimately my goal. I want to be able to have as many people as you can fit in this world in theory, and have it still run well. That's ultimately the goal. That's the plan. We'll see if I can make that work. Alright, we did get Substance Painter opened here. So new. Then I gotta get the file. Lanterns. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm gonna do a 2K texture for this. See how that looks. There we go. I don't think there's a dirt, but it doesn't hurt to check. There's something here called dirt, but I think that's dirt on something, not... Yeah. Finally back after a long vacation to hell. Oh! Well, welcome back. Well, it sounds like you're happy to be back, so... I was about to say, hope you had fun, but sounds like not so much. That's unfortunate. I'm sorry to hear that. Alright, so we're gonna start with a brown though. Yee. That looks pretty good. Gonna duplicate that. Add a black mask. Change the color slightly darker. And then I'm gonna add a generator. Go into the generator, add. I know there's a dirt. There we go. Let's see. Ah, you know what? I might need to up this to 4K because those aren't looking very good at the moment. Darken it to see it better. Yeah, that's looking a little fuzzy because it's not actually taking up the full resolution. Where was that? I thought that was in there. Is it somewhere else? Ah, there it is. Texture settings 4K. Boop. That reset it? Okay. Bye. How you doing now that you're back? Now that you're back, I assume goods. Hopefully. Be a bit of a lighter. Oh, wood chips could also be an option for this. We have wood chips. We got stylized wood. We got wood bark. Let's check out the wood bark. Let's see what that looks like for this. Oh no. Yeah, that's not... Yeah, the stylized wood is also not a good option. Wood rough is probably not going to be a good option either. Not going to look like wood chips. No. But yes. This dirt. It's the dirt level. It's gonna change the height to give this more. Oh, we also got roughness on. No roughness on you guys. Keep the roughness low. We don't want any shiny dirt now. Height, on the other hand. Ah, that's right. That's right. I forgot I did that. I gotta fix this. Because remember, I went through, I selected all of these, and then I made them teeny tiny. There they are. They're teeny tiny at the moment, so I gotta bring that out if I actually want to give that a proper dirt texture. I'm gonna select it all. Probably something like that. Could be better, could be worse. I think that's alright. You kind of wish that wasn't sticking out so far, but it's on the edge. I can always put stuff in the middle here later, so it'll be okay. But now I just got to re-export this as an FBX, selected, same settings, and then go in here, and then what you do is you just go project configuration, select it again, open it again. Boom, there we go. Now we got proper dirt. At least proper dirt resolution in comparison to the walls. And we can change this height as well. This one goes up, the other one goes down, so then we get a nice mixture sort of thing. That's the idea anyways. We can also do, for the height, you can do replace, and then it replaces the one below it. Try normal for both of those. Yeah, that's not looking how I want. Try pass through again. Yeah, the pass through does look better. Not a huge fan of this color option though. Maybe like a darker color. Yeah, I kind of like that. Maybe you'll also add those like little white flecks of like fertilizer or whatever it is that potting soil tends to have. At least I think that's what that is. I could be wrong. Tiny amount, and then I want this to be, pretty sure it was already a black mask, but let me add a generator now. And then I need a spotted sort of thing. Is there a spotted generator? We got textures. Run shit. That looks about right. That actually looks pretty darn good. Mask. Yeah. It's not the best. Also not the worst. I could also paint it in if I wanted. That is always an option. It is certainly a time-consuming option, but it is an option. Yeah, I do kind of like the white flecks. I just don't think I want that many. Oh yeah, there we go. That's about what I wanted. Now if I could just make this... want this to repeat. Not fill. UV projection. We'll shrink that down. We don't need this to be so big. But yeah, I would say that kind of looks something like the like potting soil. It's kind of a very clay-looking potting soil. I might want to darken up the colors a bit, but it does kind of look like potting soil, at least to my brain. You might disagree with me, and that's okay. But at least to me, that looks like potting soil. Like how we got like 3 different shades there. Alright, so now what I can do is I can make a little folder. Drop all of these things into that little folder. And then this is the dirt. And then I'll make a new folder. I'll go over top. Do a black mask that then I will apply to all the different sections here. The easiest way to do that is probably just go whoop. Probably would be good to first add a white so then we can see it. And for the height, we do want to replace. Are you replacing the height? You don't look like you're replacing the height. Maybe this one needs to be on replace. That one needs to be on replace. There we go. So now we've got the dirt inside, and now we can work on the planter pot itself. It is in there. Okay. So check out our wood type textures. So one of the ones I was looking at before was this one. That's what I was using the last time I was working on the dock sort of look. I was using this one, and I liked it at first, and then I kind of stopped liking it, and it felt like it wasn't the right one. So let's try out a couple others. That's an option. Oh yeah, didn't we have some? Yeah, we got, these are the really nice looking wood textures, I gotta say. They look fancy. Yeah, I think that's going to be the one that's going to be most likely to look the best. Honestly, I'm pretty happy with that as is. We just need to copy this mask over. There we go, paste into mask. There we go. Yeah, that's not bad. We do get a little bit of the seams. That's just from the other, like how I was overlapping everything. We'll get a little bit of seams popping up here and there. But, like, it's wood. Maybe that's a seam in the wood, you know? Like, maybe that's a repair. I don't know, fight me. Leave me alone. It's good. I do actually kind of like that. So then I have the option of doing, like I was saying, with the solid color, but having it be textured. Like that could look like, well, let's turn off the roughness first, so we get it the right roughness, but there's like a, that's like a solid color with a texture to it. Obviously, it's not the gradient that we were using before, but yeah. The more I look at this, the less I like it. I want it to be a little bit more neutral, a little bit less vibrant, so that it fits in the world better. There you go. So that, this is what's contributing those white spots. So if I remove that, the whole thing gets a little darker, but I think that's what I want. Oop, no, bring that back. I want that, but then I want to lighten the overall color a bit. That one, and then I think a little bit from this. Well, that kind of gave it a bit of a reddish tint just then. Oh, that was too much. I kind of like the little bit of red. Like the little bit of red that gives. That's pretty good. Alright, so there's the planters. Those are, honestly, I'd say those are probably, like, done. Like, those are going to be how they will look in the final draft of the world. At least for the time being, for sure. So we will save. This is enter for textures. Oh, turn this to this, and then change this to like 5, maybe even 3, and that will get. That will actually make your textures more optimized for stuff like Unity and VR chat, ChilloutVR, that sort of thing. Because then it's not trying to make a whole huge texture for you, because this will stretch the edges of the texture out, which then is more information for the texture to have. But the translucent will not do that. You do need a border though, otherwise you might have small gaps in your model. So it's best to leave at least a little bit there. But you know, I don't control what you do. You can do what you want. We'll just open up this. Go. Okay, so here's the cool part. This is something that I haven't known for very long, but ever since learning it, I think it's awesome. So for now, we'll create a new material for this. We'll switch this over to image. We'll go to nodes, shading. There it is. Alright, we don't actually need that, but click on this. Control Shift T. That brings up your files. Oh, and then I gotta move these over. There they are. There we go. Ah! What's that? Back to play. Okay, so, oh, it's not here because I didn't do it. Control Shift T. So then you go into your thing and you select all of these, and then you can do that, and then it does this. It just sort of populates it for you, and then there they are. Nice. I like it. I feel like the floor could be a little bit less smooth. I feel like it's shining a little too much. But that's more so something I can adjust within Unity. But yeah. I like the brick with the wood planters. I think that looks really nice. It's kind of... I'm leaning away from the solar punk a little bit too much, though. I gotta, like, add it back in more and add more future tech, in my opinion. I think it's been getting a little bit away from me. As for this, I think I can sneak this. Oop. I think I can sneak this onto the same texture as the concrete. I'm still trying to figure out what I want for the textures around the edges. You know what I mean? These textures in particular, I'm not 100% sure what I want them to be. Right now they're kind of a mosaic thing, which is just some nodes. Blender nodes stuff. It's even called bridge because at one point this was the bridge texture. Obviously not anymore, considering it's now this texture, but you know, he's coming along. I don't think I want it to be concrete. That feels like it would then be a lot of concrete. Which a bit here and there is one thing. Having it be around the entire thing, plus the bridge, plus over here, then that feels a bit much to me. So I'm trying to figure out what I want it to be. Didn't realize that was the texture that was on it. Oh, it's also in the water. Pull it up out of the water. This thing needs to be changed a little bit. So this is it's a little house out in the middle of the water. Oh, it's connected to something else. Hold on. You should be separated. Mesh, separate section. There we go. It's separated. Real quick, I'm just gonna select it all, go into the UVs. Those UVs are clearly wrong. Yeah, hold on. Let's smart unwrap this. And no, I'll leave it as is for now. Alright, let's just shrink this down, put it on there. There we go. So it's just a solid color at the moment. There we go. Just want this one thing. It's even origin to geometry. There we go. $270 polys. That's too much. I don't think this needs to be 270 polys. That doesn't need to be round. That was 100 polys right there. Oh. Yep, my center is over there. I want it here. A little bit thinner. There's also back faces to this, which is odd because I would have thought I would have deleted those long ago. That's fine. These need to be higher up. Honestly, let's see here. Select these, move them up. Honestly, we don't even need the back one. Delete it. Move this one up. And then... Actually, it only needs to be a singular face because of how far in the distance this is. We'll delete all of that. Just one face for that. Honestly, we might be able to get away with just the front legs being a thing. I don't think we need any of the back legs or anything like that. Because this is far out there. Like, it's nowhere near everything else. Should be pretty good. So delete the backside of most of these things. Exclude those. We don't need that. Yeah. There we go. I'll have to add in a few of these polys, but I'll add them in strategically. We want this one. And then I'm thinking probably don't need this. Like this can be just a detail we add in. Solve those faces into one. There we go. And I think we can just give this like this one. Maybe not even those. Yeah, not those. Just pull these back. Yeah. So we'll do that, and then we'll delete this one. Then we'll bring it down to cover up that we've deleted that. And I might even be able to just like do one face to get that there. Posture check. Yeah. Okay. I've done it. I'm sitting slightly straighter. Yeah, no, I think that can push out a little more. You can give that a little more room. You've been shrimping lately? Oh no. I saw a a post recently. I can't remember where I saw it, but it was like the 7 deadly sins, and it was, or no, it was the 8 deadly sins, because it was the 7 deadly sins plus shrimping or something. I don't know why. It was very funny though. Honestly. For reals. Ooh. Yeah, you'll see this from, let's see, over here. This is how far away this little building is that I'm working on. That far away. It don't need a lot of detail, but it do need to be optimized. That's so bad. Ooh, actually. I just thought of something that could work for optimizing this a little more. I might be able to get away with just using one face for this. Going like that. Resolving that. There we go. That's just one square now. One poly. Just goes all the way through. It looks so bad, but it's supposed to. Because it's so far away. The idea being this is like a little like fishing platform out in the water. Or something to that effect. I'm not 100% sure. That's my thought process though, is like some sort of like a little fishing vessel thing. A square species. Wee, how you doing, Gummy? You doing good? Hope you're doing good. Seems pretty alright. How have I been? Ups and downs and all around. If I'm being completely honest, I did have a little bit of a breakdown the other day where I was just like not having a good time anymore. Which, it happens sometimes, and you know, it sucks when it happens, and it makes me disappointed that I complained about it so much, but yeah, I try to be better. That's all we can do, right? Try to be better. Stretch. I like that. Yeah, you get what I mean? Yeah. I'm gonna select these faces. I'm gonna give them an interesting color. Let's go for purple. Maybe blue. Now they're on the water, so blue might blend in a little too much. Green? Oh, that looks a little odd. Alright, maybe not green either. Yeah, we could just go for like a gray. Grayish blue. I don't mind that. I think that looks alright. Let's get our context of how far away this is again. I don't know. Is it good? It's hard to tell from all the way back here. Goodness, it is so far away. Yeah, and like, I try not to beat myself up about it too much. Like, obviously, you know, accountability is important, but at the same time, I understand that having ADHD means that you can be a little bit impulsive at times, and, you know, we're all just human. Even me. Even me, the fluffy cat person. Oh yeah. But it do suck sometimes. Yee. I get you there. There's a lot of overlap, I've been told. Which I find interesting. Sorry, I should probably clarify. Between autism and ADHD, there's like a Venn diagram of overlap. I feel like I need more windows on this building. Yeah, I'm gonna put that there, and then I'm gonna shift this over to the left a little. Yeah. And then I'm gonna make another set, and then I'm gonna shift those over to the right. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I like that a little. I do kind of want those to be lined up though. Oh, no. Turn that off first. I don't want these to merge together. That would be bad. Like that, and then move them down. If you're wondering how I'm selecting in, it should be showing it up on the screen over here, but it's just numpad /. And that gets you the thing where it focuses on one object. It just goes zoop, and then you're focused on it, which is very, very convenient. You're gonna lurk? Okay. Thanks for lurking. Why did my brain want to make a pun about lurking? Like, what? Brain, stop it. Get some help. I haven't been liking that particular, because ADHD, no. Oh no, everything is ADHD. That's... Why do I like that more than the other thing, the, like, post? That's really interesting. Oh, and it could be, like, a little screen or something, too. Like, have some text on there, like a menu, maybe, or something. I kind of like that. Kind of like that. Let's go. And I think what I'm going to do here is probably just shift this over. Probably do 2. Bump this out to... Alright, hold on here. Grab these. Press slash. There we go. What I'm thinking is... line this up with this edge. Close-ish. I'm actually leaving a little gap here for realism. Why is that how my brain works? I don't know. It makes sense. There should be a little gap because realism. But it's going to probably drive somebody crazy. I'm just hoping that somebody isn't going to be me. Yeah, I'm going to have to make this separate, aren't I? I gotta make this. Alright, hold on. Trying to think of how I could do it easy. But not seeming like there is a really good, easy way to do it. At least how I've got it in my head. So I think the best bet's going to be to delete that. And then... yeah, let's make this a regular square instead. That'll make it a lot more easy to manage. Just delete all of this. Delete all that, select the edge. We can send this point over to there. Merge at last. Merge at last. Yeah, so that's a part of the problem as well. Is that that's... oh, well, this... it would help if this was all the way out. There we go. Now we gotta bring that in, and then I can do bevel. Or not. Guess we'll do a knife tool then. Delete those faces. I feel like I'm going about this like a really bad way, but I will get there in the end, so is it really that bad? Really that bad if I still get there? Maybe a little. Oh. Merge by distance. Put this up a little bit. There we go. Those are merged. Yeah, I mean, it's the corner spot. It's difficult to use the corner spot of practically anything. I am now feeling like this should be shifted forward, though, so that it's extending past on this side, so that's going to completely ruin it. But if I just shift this over... just this part. Shift that over. There we go. It's actually looking like I select these points and then I get this line. This line probably do that. Yeah, I think that makes sense. Then we can just extrude this out a little bit. I think that works. I think that works. Let's get our matte cap in here, the one that I like using. There we go. Yeah. But I do need to push this back a little bit. I love this. This is gonna piss somebody off. And then in this case, I find that a little bit funny. We'll say one's a fridge, one's a freezer. Don't worry about it. But yeah, I like the little vendor stands. Should add a stool behind here. Maybe in like this corner, just add a stool right there. 14 faces. Oh, we're in... E. That's weird. What is going on with that? Not location. Oh, it's because it was on faces, that's why. Merge at center. This down. Enter. Shift N to swap the faces around to the right positions. Another circle. Let's go with only 6 for the legs, I think. Nah, I like 6. I was gonna say 6 looked a little low, but 6 is okay. Bring it inside. Root down. Create a face at the bottom. Select both of these, join them. E. Select all. Should be able to rotate. Oh, my center is there though. Alright, let's just move it to object, geometry to origin, origin to 3D cursor. Yeah, if we... Oh. No, I'll wing it. There we go. Close enough. Anyways, so what I can do now is I can select this and then just rotate it around. Woo! So we do 360 degrees. We want 4. No, I think we want 3 because it's... Yeah. 4. Yeah, I like that. For some reason, it's giving us a bunch of faces on the top, which I'll just delete. Delete all those. Bring back that. All the legs are inside out. Okay. There's a little stool. Auto smooth for 40 degrees. Yee. And let's bring it down to the floor and see how it looks. Yeah, I think that'll be perfect. I will probably make this into a movable object for people. We need to apply scale and rotation again. It should be good. All right. Oh my goodness, why do I have so many messages? Wow. Wow. Person messaging me. How dare. How dare anyone message me. Ever. But no. So yeah, I am starting to think about like where I might want to put specific movable objects and things. So like having a stool over here. I do want to kind of have something hidden down here, I was thinking. Of course, you guys aren't allowed to say anything about this, because so no talkie about this. This is a secret. A very, very secret. Actually, it'd probably be better to use a round cube. Round cube. I love round cube. Round cube is very convenient to use for a lot of things. .25 or 0.05 probably. Just match it. Yeah, there we go. So now we'll stretch it a little bit vertically. I could hide it under the water for people to find. Maybe that's the trick. Maybe that's how you make it more scary, is like, you know, you can't see it from above the water, but once you go under, you'll see it back here. Yeah, that's the ticket. Yeah. There's going to be something there. I'm not going to say what, but something will be there. You guys will just have to find it. But yeah, I do plan on having a couple of secrets. Oh, somebody saw it's there. Somebody that might actually be able to see it. Don't worry about it, Picadum. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Nothing to worry about. Just a scavenger hunt. Yeah. It's just a scavenger hunt. See what? Exactly. 6 faces. 9. Let's go with 10. Let's go with 10 faces. I think that's what my other pipes were. But yeah, these are curves. I don't think I'm going to use them. But before I delete them, I think there's a couple of them around, and I should probably... Oh, wait, that's right. I actually deleted basically all of the curves. Yeah, those aren't curves. This is the only thing that's left that is a curve, I think. All the other curves were... Yeah, all the other curves were deleted. Okay. It's just this one to replace then. Oh, stop. Vertices. There we go. Extrude. There we go. Select all. Shift N. Alright. So I'm going to just delete that now. I don't even want to know how many polys that was. But I'll find out anyways. Convert it to a mesh. Ooh. It's 2,000 polys. No. 2,200. We don't need that. We don't need no 2,200 polys. Not necessary. That's why I'm fixing it. 90? Well, minus 90. Pretty good. Maybe one more face just to get a little bit better roundness. E. I think that's pretty good. Okay. And then do it again, but this way for another. No, not 90 steps. Hold on. Whoop. That was bad. Wrong thing. I shift this over. Something like that works for me. I think this needs to be raised a little. This looks more like a downspout than a wire or whatever. Alright, so from 2200 poly with very slight optimizations, we're already looking at, for the two pipes, or the two wires, we're looking at 480. That's tries, not faces. I think the other one was 2200, or yeah, 2200 tries as well. But what we can also do, because this is merged with the wall, so that's just the straight up conversion over to this. Just fixing it real quick. I look at this vertically. I should be able to get away with deleting this. Can you see? I'm pretty sure that that was all within the wall. I think I can get away with that. Yeah, I can. There we go. Auto smooth. There we go. All right. 336. That's the final try count, or 168 faces. Honestly, it also looks a little better too. I think those curves were a little bit too curvy. I do kind of want these to mesh up better, but at the same time, I think I'm okay with them not. I think I like the imperfectness of it. E. I do want to have a few more cables in this. Like at the moment I've got this one here going to like the screen. Then I've got the ones going around here, which in theory is connecting up the buildings. Then maybe some string lights. Like nothing too crazy, but maybe from like over here to over there. Because I'm also trying to start thinking about the nighttime version, because some people want a night version already. And I'm like, let me finish the day version first, and then we'll think about the night version. But now that it's been said, I can't help but think about it a little bit. Just a little here and there. Nothing too crazy. Oh, so, Beck, are you going to be hopping into VR today? Am I going to see you there? It's in the gravity world today, I believe, if I remember correctly. And I'm pretty sure I do in this case. Oh, that's actually a really good design. Having that under there instead. That it's hidden. Yeah. So what these are is, at least in my thought process, is that every street needs to have some sort of drainage for water. And where do you dump the water from the street? Because it's just rainwater. Well, you dump it into the giant, well, not giant. You dump it into the river you got flowing through. Hey, I'm happy to see you in any form, VR or desktop. Some people care about that a lot more than I do. Yeah, let's put one down there too. To be honest, I don't even... Well, I can't say that I've never pointed it out, but I definitely don't point it out like some people do, where it's like, oh, you're in desktop today. Oh, how sad, how disappointing. It's like, no, I was happy to see you, friend. And of course, I'm not going to talk about anybody specific, because it ain't my place to say. But yeah, I like the idea of it being underneath all of these, like those are used to hide it. The thumbs up of approval. Ah, I've got approval. I'm thinking for the collision box for this, it's going to be a square, but I'm going to have it flared. I'm going to have the collision box for this actually be a square like this, where the bottom is wider than the top. So it'll be something along the lines of this. I know actually in Valve games... Oh. Ah, sneeze. I'm okay. I know that in some games, I know in particular Valve has done this before, where there's like two different meshes. Thank you, Beck. But yeah, so like there's two different meshes, and like the low poly mesh will be used for like the collision, and the high poly mesh is for the visuals. So like I could even leave it like this, so then that's the collision box basically, but no. I'll make the collision boxes myself, but yeah, I'm thinking this is how I'm going to do it, so then it's relatively easy to get up on top of here, because that was one thing I was noticing in testing, was it was a little bit hard to get up onto this platform once you're in the water, because I've also raised this platform up a little bit, and it's raised slightly because Nith was noticing that if you're the DJ or if you're the people down here, you don't want to be craning, well, more so for the people down here, you don't want to be craning your neck up to look. So similarly, these people up here are going to be, they're going to have a little bit of trouble because they're going to have to like look down there, which is going to be craning their head up again. But that's what the screen is for, because the screen is visible to these guys. Actually, I need to raise it up slightly, it looks like. That's not right. There we go. Oh, it's done it again. Fix that. There we go. So like the idea being, you can see the screen if you're up here, but if you're down here, the screen is completely blocked and isn't going to be distracting you, because it's going to be like, this screen I'm thinking is going to be a image or a video feed of down here, like a camera feed, and it's going to be showing, this is going to be the video player for the streamer, but this one is not. This one's going to be showing this view, but bigger, because it's a little bit of a big world, and I feel like if you're back here, the DJ is going to be a little bit small. So I'll have to work on it a little bit and get that right, but I think that'll be a really nice thing to have. Just for everybody who's chilling in a club world. Which, this is and isn't a club world. Like, that's definitely part of it, but I want it to be also just a world to hang out in. And it's going to be my home world as well, so I want it to be small and quick to load into. Right now, in its current iteration of this, in this form, with some assets of just like some trees and bushes and stuff just as placeholders, 13 megabytes. It's only 13 megabytes at the moment, and I'm like, heck yeah. Now, if I could just keep it under 50, I'd be a-okay with that, I think. 50 megabyte world is the maximum I think I want to do. So if I end up with 30, I might add more stuff. Or increase the resolution of some textures. It's like, what are these textures? PS1 graphics? I keep making that joke about this particular, like it looks like a PS1 skateboard half pipe sort of thing. Which is kind of funny to me. Bye. Come to think of it, I think I probably could make this look a little bit better. Hi Fred, welcome to stream. I think I could make this look a little bit better with the textures it's currently got if I just make it so that these line up with each other a bit better. Because right now they're kind of just laying on top. But let's do that. Do I have a seam here? Ah, okay, so I don't even have a seam there at the moment, so if I just UV unwrap this again. Let me select all of it. And then we will UV unwrap. Get you this big shape. Rotate this by 180. We're going to split those the same way I did before. Split the section. Okay, good. Now I'm going to mirror it across the Y and then bring it in line with each other. See what I'm thinking here? If you're driving a semi, please be careful. It's not a good idea to be driving and watching a stream, but obviously I'm not your mom. Just don't want anything bad happening, people. But let's see how this looks now if I do that. Like that. Hey! That's not bad. That got rid of the seam pretty well. Like, it's still there. Like, you can see it's right there. But, wait, no. No, it's up here. Hey! It is actually pretty well hidden then. Nice. There we go. Alright, so it's still super low resolution at the moment, which is fine. But now at least there's no giant seam. I'm into that. That looks pretty good. Fair enough, Fred. You having a good day? You having a good day there, Fred? Need a tank? I don't know. I don't know what you're asking. Select all that, select all that. These I had set up last time. I just mirrored this across the X, rotated 180, and then I overlapped them. The easiest way to do that sometimes is just to lock it. Yeah, there we go. Now with this, I'm gonna shrink it down, Then I can even do gradient for it. I think that's too much of a gradient. There we go. I like it. And then these, I think I picked a sort of just a brown color. Go orange. One more. There we go. Could probably even make that brick if I wanted. I'd probably work pretty well as brick. Yeah, so we'll press slash. There we go. There's the new texture for the thing there. What am I even calling this? I don't even know what I'm going to call it. Oh yeah, I was going to put a door there as well. Like, give this kind of a purpose of why it's upside down. Like, give it a door, at least. I was also thinking about having maybe a bench or two up here, but then I was thinking about it, and I'm like, are you really going to want to sit down upside down? Even if it's reversed gravity? I don't know that you would. I don't know that you would. I was also thinking about where I want information. Because at the moment, I was thinking about... I've even got it set up over here for it. Having here be... like... where there's a bunch of information. But I'm starting to think I'm not liking that, because I don't really want people to chill over here all the time reading this stuff. So what I might do... I might instead put a little unit here kind of thing. What am I still in that mode? Like 1 foot cubed. This looks sick. Well, thank you very much. I've been working on it for a couple of months now. Evil Mews, okay. Heck, I gotta be evil now. Wow. I'm so disappointed. But yeah, I've been working on it for about 2 months or so. Initially, I was getting inspiration from Boston, but then I... changed my mind after I was working on it for a while, and now it's more inspired by like solar punk aesthetic and stuff. There we go. So this, I'm thinking, is going to be some sort of like informational kiosk thing that you can flip through, which will tell you about some of the different like solar punk aesthetic stuff in this world and whatnot. Because a lot of the stuff that I've actually got here is based off of real things that exist currently. They might be a little bit of a ways out from being all over the place, but they do exist. Like, these things are... I'm trying to remember where they're located, but basically it's a giant tank of algae, and it like circulates it around, and it absorbs CO2 equivalent to a full-size tree. So it works well in a city where trees are struggling, to say the least. Never heard of solar punk. You're so down? Yeah, it's like it kind of opposes the cyberpunk aesthetic. Cyberpunk tends to be very dystopian and very like you know, the darkest form of the future, right? Where like everything has gone horribly, horribly wrong. So the Solar punk is much more of a brighter. That wasn't even meant to be a pun. I was gonna say a brighter future. Solar punk, brighter. That wasn't intentional. Um, but yeah, so more green energy, more working with nature and having everything kind of just work out better. And I personally like it quite a bit. There's been some really good like YouTube like video essays and stuff on solar punk if you're interested. I recommend them. I watched a few while I was initially getting into this aesthetic. I'm thinking what I want to do here. Something like this. Might be nice. This might be cool. Extend that in a little bit. Whoa. There we go. Yeah, I like that. I do that a lot when I'm I'll do something. I'll look at it a bit and then I'll be like, I like that. So get used to that phrasing, I guess. You would still live here right now? I know, right? Wouldn't that be cool? Solar punk is just, it's a cool aesthetic. And actually I was watching something recently where it was talking about how stories and movies and, you know, the media you consume kind of shapes the future. And it starts with the people making the stories and stuff. And I'm not so presumptuous as to think that, like, you know, making a little silly world like this is going to change the future necessarily, but it's a nice idea. It's a nice thought, and it made me kind of even more passionate about making it sort of based in reality more than I otherwise may have. Sorry, I just noticed my mouse is clicking very loudly near the mic. I'm gonna move that a little ways away. But I've had a little bit of help from a couple of people, and I've been starting to get opinions on things, but I still think I'm probably a couple weeks out from actually having this in a form that I'm happy with, to like put it down for a while. Because I'm definitely going to need to put it down for a bit and like step away and let it sort of sit. But I want it to be in a form where it's usable before I do that. And right now I don't feel it's there yet. And not just because the moss wall. The terrifying moss wall down the alley. It looks great. I'm just gonna leave it alone. But yeah, I'm having fun still with working on it. But I know that eventually I'm gonna get the ADHD brain's gonna go burr, and I'm not gonna want to work on it. I'm trying to make sure I get it to a form I'm happy before that happens. You're here for the moss content? Oh, nice. Moss content. What does it mean? I don't know. There we go. Got some gradients. I actually like that. That looks pretty good to me. With that, the gradient, the way that it is. Yeah. Cool. This building's still untextured. So I'm thinking maybe having the roof be similarly colored to some of these other roofs. It's more of a brownish. Yeah, okay, so more muted color for the roof is how I've been doing it. So we could go for this one here. Boop, boop. And set it to our textures. Because I've got I'm trying to keep it as optimized as I can, because this is for VR. So this is a texture sort of sheet that I'm working with a lot of gradients up at the top and stuff. So that's why when I unwrapped it, that happened to it. But I should be able to fix that relatively easily. Here's this. Rotate it by 90. Actually, no, I want that to be vertical so that the gradient looks right. Maybe like this peachier color. I'm going to stretch this so that I can get more hues. I think it's upside down. 180. A little more stretch. Doesn't look too bad. Needs some windows though. Oh man, could you imagine living in a building where the outside of it is a giant screen? The screen probably doesn't make any sound though, so maybe it's not that bad. More so the people that live like in this building next to the speakers that have more issues, I would say. Now that I'm thinking about it more. Just hope you like music if you live in any of these houses. Jet set radio, but eco-friendly. Jet set radio. You know what? Fair enough. I can't really argue with that. And there are definitely like that's a pretty good compliment, I feel like, being compared to Jet Set Radio. Because everybody loves that game. Maybe not everybody, but a lot of people love that game. I still feel like I need to have some windows down here, but I don't want people looking super closely at the windows because they're obviously not the most detailed windows ever. So I'm trying to keep them a little bit out of people's way. But at the same time, I've got these over here. Those are pretty close to where people can get to, so... I mean, you can literally come out this door from going in this one, so... Yeah, it's a non-issue. I'm gonna grab this window, though. But yeah, how do I say your name? Is it... Rikiki? I'm hoping that was at least close and not, like, completely butchered. Let me know. But do you play VR Chat or ChilloutVR or something? I'm just curious. Thinking something like that, maybe? Could work, maybe. I don't... Actually, no. I don't think I need to do that because I was thinking... I was thinking this went up higher, but it actually does, and so, like, it stops there, so... I think I can actually just use this window. I don't have to go crazy. We'll just bring down another one. For that. Sorry, yes. Pronounced like Rocky, and yeah, you play VRC sometimes. Nice. You tabbed to some loud thing and misheard a little. Nice, nice. It happens. I'm gonna grab that one and actually move it here. -90. Bring it over. Move it over here. Ricky. Oh, Ricky. It's pronounced like Ricky? Really? I mean, all right. I'm not gonna argue with you. It's your name, but that is not how I would have guessed that would be pronounced. Very interesting. So I probably shouldn't have asked if you play ChilloutVR, because this isn't gonna be in. Oh my goodness, my head is shaking around. It's not planned to be in VR chat, just ChilloutVR. Partly due to the fact that there's a feature that Chillout provides that isn't in VR chat, and as far as I know, there's no plan for it to be in VR chat, but basically, this giant curve that's like front and center in the middle here, in ChilloutVR, there's a gravity system that was recently unveiled. It's Chillout, like another client. Yeah, it's a different game. That's another VR one, VR social game thing. But so the gravity is, you can walk, like you're going to be able to just walk around this curve and stand up here on the ceiling. And having this giant curve in the middle and people not be able to walk up there would be really, really weird, I feel like. I'd have to like completely rework the world, I think, because if I were to delete this, then all those solar panels have to go away too. And then I have to rework over here. It's one of those things where it doesn't seem like a lot, and then it like, it spirals out of control because it's like this affects this and that and that. So there's not currently a plan to, but it doesn't mean it will never happen. It just means, like I said, just not currently a plan. Boy. I quite like ChilloutVR, but it's got some issues of its own. Oh man, gotta fix that. That's from like because this is all on one texture, so it's probably getting that from the brick. But yeah, I like ChilloutVR. It allows mods and stuff, and it feels like VR chat has gone very corporate, and I don't like it. I don't like it corporate. Still like that out there. I'm just a little worried about the giant mountain. Oh yeah, I was actually gonna move this closer. Let me try doing that real quick. There we go. Alright. And maybe a little closer. What's this? Oh, it's a boat out in the water. Very low resolution boat. You're installing it right now. Oh my goodness. Funny enough, there is actually a party in ChilloutVR in about an hour in the Gravity Club. So, yeah, you could check that out. Heck yeah! So it'll be people playing music. There'll be a DJ, is what I mean. In a giant gravity dome where everybody can walk on the walls and stuff. It's very neat. A little disorienting. I wouldn't want to be there all the time, is what I keep saying. But it's fun for the occasional visit. I just think that it's gonna make me motion sick. But the thing that makes me the most motion sick is definitely when I like lose a bunch of frames. So having an optimized world is one of the most important things. Hey, looping back around to my world, just like that. What am I, a professional? How many years do you gotta be doing something before you're a professional? Or can you always be amateur? Whoa. Asking the big questions now. Or just talking randomly. You decide. I noticed these were a little small when I checked them out the other day, so I just raised their height slightly. Oh yeah, so the tube tunnels, the traveling through tubes and stuff, it's never really worked out, but what if the tubes were in water? Oh. In all honesty, I think this is a silly idea, but like, I wanted something that felt kind of futuristic, and this came to me at one point, and I'm like, you know what? Sure, let's do that. Let's have what looks like a water slide to get to this little city. Yeah, you can't even see any faces there, because from this angle is the only way you'll be viewing it. So it don't need it. Optimization. Wow. Oh, why is that red? Got a face going the wrong way. What? Why can't I select it? Hold on. There we go. There we go. Now it's fixed. Now that's fixed now. Okay. Oh, okay. It's a flat wall. Wondering what was going on there. Go. You know, come to think of it, part of the reason I'm listening to whatchamacallit, Helltaker music. Part of the reason I'm listening to Helltaker music is because I've never actually gotten a copyright claim from it before. But I have started to get copyright claims for Undertale music. So yeah, do with that information what you will. I don't know what you're gonna do with it. But you now have it. Now your information. You can't escape it. I'm still trying to figure out how exactly I want this to work. Because right now, like, I'm trying to figure out the... This part here. This part here is kind of confusing me. I'm not sure how I want to do it. I could have trees here. Like, have trees in this little grassy area, which is what I have on the currently uploaded version. This isn't going to stay as a rock texture. That's kind of a placeholder. But, like, I could extend this building out to here as well, and then have this be more like, you know, like, not like that, but like that sort of But I'm not unsure. I still haven't figured it out because I want it to make sense for like if the water rises too high, what happens, you know? If it rises too high at the moment, it could overflow this, but then it's got like a second barrier sort of thing. So then I'd probably need some sort of drainage here. But I don't actually know for sure like what the best sort of method of keeping water out of your city is. Like I haven't really looked into that particular aspect of like design or whatever, right? So I'd have to look into it to know, and I have not done so. Ecky. This is the problem with me in basing stuff in reality, is that I then get a little bit overly crazy with it. If it's based in reality, everything must be realistic. Then I drive myself a little crazy. Just a little though. Just a little. Oh, you know what? Let's see what this looks like. Crazy. I was crazy once. I'm not doing that. we're not starting that one. How is the rubber room with rats? I kind of like it. Kind of like it with the tiles, but I think I'm gonna split the edges. I'm gonna do it. Ah, the edges actually will look really bad if I do it this way. Let's try the brick instead. Let's still split it, but let's try the brick. So, right click, mark seam, click the whole thing. Honestly, we could probably push this forward a bit too. There we go. UV unwrap. These bricks have not been useful at all. They're just wrong. I need to get a better size brick texture if I want to use it in this way. How long have I been using Blender? 2-3 years, something like that. I think 3 years now. I've got about 2,000 hours or so. It's all right for a placeholder. That's all right for now. I don't hate it. I don't love it, but I don't hate it. The bricks are just far too big. They need to be small, or at least smaller. Which, I mean, that can just be fixed within the texture file. And I've still got a good bit of room in my texture file for stuff. How am I doing? I'm doing all right, Nitro. Thanks for asking. Oh, I just noticed the... Sorry, that was weak. It's the best I got right now. I'm sorry. Well, yeah, Nitro, how you doing? Redeeming the meow and all that. Making me meow. Why did I ever add that? The worst part about adding something like that is you can never take it away. People will be angry. You can never take it away once you give it to them. Yeah, I like the orange better for this build. This building right next to spawn. This one's far too just blinding, vibrant, saturated color. Needs to be toned down for sure. I'm still trying to figure out what texture I want to use for these walls, because I'm pretty sure I don't want it to be concrete, but I gotta pick a texture. What is this project for? This is a ChilloutVR world that I'm working on. Nobody's paying me to do it. Nobody's telling me I should. It was just something I decided to start working on, and now I'm 2 months in. Very angry. No, don't be angry. Oh, stretch. Stretch. Ah, okay. Why are you angry? Oh, that looks interesting. I hadn't come underneath the textures before. Yeah. They're like hide down here. I was joking with somebody about like having some. So like there's doors around that go to different places. It looks sick. Thank you. I appreciate it. Oh, if I took it away, you'd be very angry. Yes, yes. But yeah, so I've got some color-coded doors here to help me remember where they go. But this door is going to take you up to this balcony. This door is going to take you up to this balcony. Then I've got a door down here that's going to take you from down here up to the top here so that you can be on this platform. And I was thinking about having a door, just like one of these maybe, and when you click it, you just get teleported off into the distance. I thought that could be really funny. So, yeah. Solar panels. Yeah, it's got solar panels. We got a little bit of wind turbines over here. We got like greenhouses and stuff. There's some other solar panels out there. This is a form of like wind turbine that well, all of these things actually do exist. That's kind of the thing I'm going for. It's called solar punk. I was explaining it earlier, but just as a brief sort of thing, it's like the opposite of cyberpunk. There we go. Took me a second. It's like the opposite of cyberpunk. Cyberpunk's very dystopian, very like, oh dear, everything's gone horribly wrong in the future, you know, you against the world. And solarpunk is kind of the opposite of that. It's like environmentally friendly, sort of like the future in like a brighter lens where everything is nicer and works out and integrated with nature more and whatnot. It's fun. Wow, green city that doesn't exist. I mean, these exist. These are real things. I was explaining this earlier. This is like an algae tank thing that they've got in some cities where it absorbs as much CO2 as a tree. Full-size tree. I've got like these 5 up here. Got another 6 over there. I've got a lot of things. I do actually have some more like planters for trees and stuff, which believe it or not, that's one of the more unrealistic things, is like the trees growing on the buildings and stuff, because tree roots are pretty vicious, honestly. They will go wherever they want to, and if you try and contain them, you're probably going to have a bad time. It doesn't exist in most places. This is true, but I mean, you gotta start somewhere for changing that, right? Why not start virtually? At least I can at least do that much, right? But yeah, so we got some like garden beds over here. I was working on these earlier this stream. Pretty happy with how those turned out. I think they look nice. Oh, now they're very shiny. Somewhere in between those two. There we go. But yeah, now that I've done that, now these with that gradient dirt looks kind of bad. So I'm gonna have to fix that. Trash can. I like it. I do gotta still import my juice box vending machine. That's gonna go over here. And I'm gonna have to somehow figure out how to justify juice boxes, because juice boxes are not exactly the most environmentally friendly thing. We'll just say it's a steel juice box. Or, well, more likely an aluminum one, but still. Ever listen to KGL? Debbie? I don't know what that is. Trying to think of what I want to work on next. Oh, you know what? Let's work on the DJ booth. I haven't worked on that at all yet. This is just like the most basic little like block out I could make. So let's get on that. Nith's probably going to have some influence over how this looks. You'll know better than I on what it needs to have. Biodegradable plastic bottles. Well, that's true. There are some biodegradable plastics, but is the process of making the plastic environmentally friendly? Because that's part of it as well that you gotta ask. My ability to speak is rapidly declining, and I don't know why. And by rapidly declining, I mean I'm like getting too hyper or something, and I'm just like fumbling over my words. I should be more specific with how I say things, because that sounded very problematic there for a second. Whoops. I'm fine. I just have ADHD. But yeah, so I'm trying to think how I want this to be. Probably should use a reference, shouldn't I? Actually, while I'm looking for a reference, I can show you guys the reference art that I was using for this world, because I've had some images that I was looking at here that were pretty cool. So like this is a real image of somewhere. I don't know where this one's from, but I grabbed most of these from Pinterest. I have a love-hate relationship with Pinterest. This one isn't a photo, obviously. But yeah, so you can kind of see some of the like inspiration I'm taking from different places. This one's more of a like run-down, overgrown sort of city. Less solar punk, more just like apocalyptic. But I did want to at least use some elements from stuff like this so that it could feel like the world was lived in. Like, I don't want it to feel like it's all pristine to the point where it's like, yeah, nobody has ever lived here, ever. I had more photos. Where did those go? I don't know. Don't know where those have gone. Well, happens. So I need like a DJ booth. Need like a couple images of that so that I can base it off of something. I mean, of course, there's the turntables, but do people use the turntables as much anymore? I feel like yes, but also no, and then also probably someone would be like, it depends. That's what I'm thinking would probably be the comments on that. If I asked some of the people that know. No, the city doesn't just have to be green. There's an aesthetic to it. Goober, how dare. But yeah, we could start with some buttons and things. Some turntables. Ah, yes. So, for those that don't know and are curious about it, in Blender, you can go in here, up to here, go to the viewport shading, drop this down, and then go into matte cap. I really like using this one, but there's also stuff like clay. And there's stuff like these different line ones, which give you a visual on like the curves of things. But I quite like this. This is what I like to use when I'm modeling. Really helps discern where the different directions are. And then you can turn on the cavity, and then turn up the ridge and the valley, and you can really see the model and discern at like a glance. What is this song? So all the music today, because I just wanted something in the background, is from this video, which is all just from Helltaker. The Helltaker OST official, and I've never gotten a copyright claim from it, so that's why I'm using it. I mean, and I like it too, but... Yee. I feel like it needs to be more round than that. That's a little weak. Like, I want it to be low poly and optimized, but I don't want it to be so low poly that you're like, that's really low poly, you know? We need a couple more faces than that. Probably, let's go with 18. Let's go with 18 faces. Yeah, I think that's enough. Yeah, that's definitely better than that. There we go. Oh, I do have a couple of plugins on. I do know that. So let me at least turn off the edge length. There we go. That'll be a little bit easier for people to see. I don't always have that on, but sometimes I do. Get some buttons. Some buttons. Skew it that way. Bring it down. Bring it down. Oh, I should bring in my, I've got a kit bashing pack for retro futuristic stuff that I made. It's actually not for sale, believe it or not. I should put it up for sale, but I have not done so. But that would be really cool for some of those switches and things that it's got. Some of it could be quite fun. Just kind of playing around, seeing what I feel looks right. Oh, I selected too much. Just those. But yeah, I'm curious. Has anybody else who's hanging out and watching, whoops, has anybody else messed around with Blender before? And if so, how long have you been doing it? Yeah, okay, there we go. Oh. Whoop. There we go. Moved it out a little bit. You love using Blender? Yeah? One of the things I really like about Blender is like the amount of add-ons and stuff. Oh my goodness. Like there's an add-on for like everything. I was so happy the other day when I found an add-on for if you work on avatars, you know this one. If you have blend shapes, so we'll just add here, I'll even give an example. We'll add a blend shape, we'll turn it on, we'll move that over there. There's the blend shape. All right. If I now go into here and I add a modifier for, let's say, a subdivision surface, right? You do that. No, not allowed. If you try to apply this, it says modifier cannot be applied to a mesh with shape keys. That's just a thing. You can't do it. There's an add-on that lets you do it. I was so happy when I found that out. I was working on someone's avatar, and I really needed the tool. I really needed a mirror modifier. Like, it was the only way to really get it to work with the assets they wanted put on their avatar, and it saved me. I was so happy. I honestly got to throw whoever made that a couple of bucks, because it was very convenient to have. But yeah, thanks for hanging out, Nitro. I hope you had fun. Hope to see you again. Take care, be good. Wow. Let me see. Let me see some DJ booth. That could be cool. Yeah, there probably should be a laptop somewhere on here, shouldn't there? I feel like laptops are pretty well integrated into DJing nowadays. You like my attention to detail? Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Oh yeah, you definitely should look into add-ons, even just the ones that ship with Blender. Because if you go into preferences, you've got so many add-ons that are not on by default, but they're here for you already. Some of them are really cool. Right now I'm using the screencast keys. That's what does this in the corner. It's great for streaming because you can see what I'm doing. Yeah. Hello, Bacon. How you doing? Welcome stream. Yeah. Now the question is, what would a futuristic laptop look like? Question on everybody's mind. Maybe it wouldn't even be a laptop. Maybe it'd be a tablet. Maybe laptops have become obsolete in the future. Now we just use tablets. I don't know. Let's do a 20-degree angle. Lift it up, rotate it in. I'm gonna grab the underside, press I, drag in, extrude it straight down. There we go. Maybe a bit smaller. Let's do an extrusion version. That'll keep the shape better, and then do it down. And we'll delete that. And also for optimization purposes, I'll actually delete that, and then I'll place it as just one face. So maybe that's the laptop thing for the DJ. But yeah, I think I definitely want to use some of those switches and things that I've got. But I gotta find where I put them. I know. I probably should have a better system for them, but I don't know where they are. It wouldn't be too hard to find them, but it's something I gotta do. Extrude this down a little. Still haven't figured out what I want to put across this front area. Like, I could make it a screen. I could make it scrolling text. I could make it like some sort of equalizer, or there's this one thing within VR chat and ChilloutVR called audio link, where it's like it reacts to the music and the audio, which sounds very similar to an equalizer, but it's not quite the same. An equalizer is more specific, I would say. But yeah, I like these. I like the way this looks. There we go. Here's a switch. It's a placeholder until I grab the ones from my files. There we go. I'll actually just duplicate it. Merge these at center for now. Bring this back down and then I can rotate it as well. There we go. Not a bad placeholder. And then we'll just drag this over. Do you need to use Unity to get into stuff like this? So if you want to do stuff with VR chat or ChilloutVR, you do need to use Unity because both of those run off of VR chat. Or not VR chat, both of those run off of Unity. But what I'm doing right now, like if you just want to make... If you want to make things to like render out or put into other games, potentially not. You might not need Unity at all then. So it does depend. But yeah, this is for VR, or this is for ChilloutVR, so yeah, it will require me to put it into Unity. There we go. That look kind of nice. Select a few of them. Then we'll just rotate 180. There is a better way to do this. I'm just not doing it. And by better way, I mean there's a way you can do it with like some automatic stuff that'll make it work better, but yeah. Maybe I shouldn't have done the same ones in the same row. It's fine. These are just placeholders anyways. There we go. Some switches, some buttons. We got this over here for the turntable stand-in, I guess. Could push it in a little bit. That look better? I think it looks better. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna just duplicate it over. I like that. Ooh, I didn't think about this until just now, but so I've got... 1 second, let's switch over to the colored version. There we go. I've got this big screen up here, which is going to be of a camera pointing at this sort of area. I could have a screen here for them to see what that looks like on the big screen. And then I'd probably want a way for them to turn it off, which would probably just be them clicking on it, I would assume, but that could be pretty cool. I bet people would like that. I'll have to ask my DJ friends. But yeah, let's give this some color. This is a different object. Let's first merge these two objects into one. What's the quickest and easiest way to unwrap this? Probably this screen. Unwrapping like that. think if I go along here, grab those faces like that. Yeah, I think that's all I need to do. Those like that. Mark those. And we'll need this as well. That should be all of it, though, for that. Let's find out. UV edit. Unwrap. Yeah, I'd say that unwrapped pretty well. Especially if I'm doing solid colors. I want to use my skeleton character to animate to which I'm doing like your character, but I don't know how to approach it. So you just need to convert your model into the VRM format. That's done within Unity. There's tutorials online, especially if it's a VR chat character or avatar, I should say. What you're able to do is just use a converter, and it's relatively straightforward. It's not too bad. One thing that I know caught me up when I was trying to teach someone how to do it was that I didn't realize that they had a setting on, and I didn't have it on, where it was like Unity Online tools or something like that, and it's like it just absolutely breaks it if it's on, so you got to make sure that's off. Just don't connect it to Unity's servers and you'll be good. For whatever reason. Okay, so it's blue with black on the front there. Kind of feel like this back piece should be a different color. Actually, no, I feel like this up to here should be a different color. Okay, maybe not that piece. Make darker. Yeah. I like that. Turntables. UV unwrap. There's the circles. We'll shrink these down. Let's just make them a metal texture. A black metal texture. With, make the centers different. Let's make those more silver. We'll just slide those over. There we go. I like it. That works. And then the buttons. UV edit. Unwrap the buttons. Oh, I've got something I shouldn't. Yeah, I've got these down here. There we go. Unwrap the buttons. Select them all. Bring them down. We'll bring them in. And because I am cotton candy colors, we'll make these buttons pink and blue. If anyone has a problem with the pink and blue buttons, they can leave. It's my buttons. I want to be pink and blue. Do you need to use image textures for you? Oh, no. The reason I'm doing this is it's a very optimized way to do it, because with VR chat and such, there's a lot of people. Oh my goodness, those actually look really good. Sorry, caught me off guard how good those look. So with VR chat and ChilloutVR, there's a lot of people who have avatars that are not very optimized. And when you get a lot of people in a world and the world is just moderately optimized, you just start lagging like crazy because of everything. And of course, the world creator can only do so much. But one thing I'm trying to do is I'm trying to keep the world under 50 megabytes. And that should be pretty good for helping people not lag while they're in my world. Which is a goal of mine. So I want the face of this. Yep, that one. I want that to have probably just a blue color. I'm starting to get tired of this song. There we go. And everything but this front face. No, we didn't get that. Everything but the front face. We'll put that over on this like purple silver. There we go. Wait, where'd my switches go? Did we leave those behind? Yes, we did. There they are. They're on a completely different object. Just connect them on. And I'll select them all. Deselect those. Control L to select all linked. And then we can... Oh, we're still selecting that over there. Stop selecting that. Then we can UV unwrap these. And... I think I'll just put them over here. Rotate by 90. Oh, I thought I merged the materials. There we go. Now they're merged. E. Could use DJ deck prefabs. I could. But look, I got cotton candy buttons. But yeah, I probably will use some sort of prefab for the DJ booth just so that people are familiar with it. But what do they do? They do when you push them, they go beep boop. That's true. So, the way I'm doing it right now with putting everything onto gradients and stuff, this is a bit of a new way for me. What I normally do is I actually normally UV unwrap it and then bring it into Substance Painter, which I actually still have open over here. And within Substance Painter, I'll texture it. This is the planter pots that are over here. And that's my usual workflow. You need a label on each. No. Fine. Fine, I'll use a prefab. Heck. I didn't know there was a prefab I had to use. Alright, well. So much for that then. Sadness. I'll shrink it down teeny tiny and hide it somewhere. I probably won't do that. There's no reason for it. I don't know about this fence still. But yeah, Nif. I was gonna ask you what was up with the DJ booths, like what I was supposed to do with them. Make them work. Apparently just an asset though, heck. Okay, got these over here to do. I gotta get all of these to be the same. There we go, so that's basically in the same spot, and then I'll just delete the other one. And now, I can just do this. And then we'll We'll do that again. 4 CDJs in a mixer board. I'm looking for some prefabs. Okay. Sounds good, Nif. I probably won't implement those today, but yeah. Oh, I definitely selected the wrong one there. Check to make sure I've selected the right one. Pretty sure that's the right one. Okay, those are all correct. Those are all correct. I can always change the color later because they're all on top of each other. And this is the last one I gotta do. Oh yeah, why did I forget that? There's an easier way to do this for deleting the old ones. You just, obviously you just click H. And there you go. I can select the old ones. Then E, done. It makes it easier. That's the problem. I know a lot of I know a lot of tricks, but I need to remember them when I need them, which isn't always the thing that happens. There we go. Bunch of stairs out on the terrace garden. You can hardly even see them, they're so far away. Yeah, I'm leaning towards these. Should be more of a cream color. Maybe this. That works. Easier to identify them now, at least. That's something. I could do this griddle area next. I know I want to seam around here. We got the bottom faces on there still. Only for this one edge piece that I added. Everything else does not. Let's press slash to zoom in on just this. Feel like if I were to go here on the edge. Maybe not that one. There we go. Seam. Found a set. Yeah, low poly prefab. Okay. I'll take a look at it. Nice. Does it cost money? Does it cost money? $5K poly. Oh no, 5K downloads. Okay. You can download it for free. Oh, okay. Cool. Cool. No license requirement either. Well, that's good. I think that's fine. I can merge that with that. Go. Gonna make that a seam there. And I'm gonna make a seam along the top of this, I think. Yeah. Alright. That should be pretty good. pretty unwrapped. Might not be perfect. Let's see. Yeah, other than the grill, that looks pretty flat. Which the grill is just probably going to be like a dark gray color. Boop. There we go. I can see the grill a little more unwrapped. Nah, I don't think I will make these as small as some of the things. I might keep these a little bit bigger. Plan on having these be more, a little bit more textured than some things. But I am going to overlap some things here. And the grill, going to be a dark metal type sort of color and texture. Oh wait, we already got stuff over here. We gotta move this. Move it down here. Yeah, we can fit it in here. Boop. Let's move this over here. Then rotate this by 90. And then put this right there. Yeah, I like that. That works for me. And then I can texture the grill. Unfortunately, that texture cannot be reused for the other ones. These will both have to be unwrapped differently. They can be similar, but they're going to have to be different just because they don't have the same shape. I've modified this one a good bit, but that'll be okay. Wow. Rich. Oh, there's going to be a group photo tonight. Man. But yeah, Gravity Club is open. I'm probably going to go and do that pretty soon here. This one needs to be textured more because right now it does not have an interior of any kind. I think the easiest way for me to do that might be to just select all of these faces and just like duplicate and shrink, or maybe even duplicate and just slide back instead. There we go, those are merged. Now that has some interior faces and it's up against the wall, so it'll just share the wall's texture for now. It does get quite thin on the ends. I'm gonna have to fix that part. Pretty sure that's this. Yes, it was. Something along those lines looks good. Press F, 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 F. There we go. So now if I turn on backface culling, you should see. I think I gotta go to here. Where's my backface culling? Ah, there it is. Okay, it is on anyways. So Shift N. There we go. Now we can see got an interior there. That should work. This top part here, I can optimize it by deleting this bottom circle, grabbing that bottom edge and just pushing it up into the ceiling where no one can see it. No one will ever know it's there. Right, guys? And then, of course, I'll replace this with some better looking fan. Might even use a slightly higher resolution. You know nothing. You know nothing, Nif. I could maybe do this to get this rounded. It might look a little nicer. A little smoother. And then because nobody ever looks up, maybe I won't fix the top to look smoother. Maybe just one. Maybe just the one. And then I could select these, push them out slightly. Now overhang slightly. The 3-foot Abby says, no one ever looks up. Yeah, no one ever looks up. No one ever looks up. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't look up, I just play space moves that are my level. But yeah, here's my rulers for people. Compare this over with the things. It do be kind of a big world. I think it will be a good idea, the shrinking it down that I've been doing in Unity. I shrank it down to 80% of this size, which seemed to be a pretty good scale for it. Which is kind of crazy. But I'm also, like Nif mentioned, I'm only like 3 foot tall, so maybe me scaling it to fit me is not the best way to do it, because 6 foot tall people might say that it's too small. But yeah, I think it's a little hard to tell what I did today, but I think that's going to be, for the most part, it's going to be it for me for today. 50% the size? 50%. That'd be this size. This is 50% scale. We can turn on the rulers and take a look how those look. There's a ruler. I don't think 50% works. I don't know about 50%. I think that might be a bit much. Okay, so maybe 60, but it was close. Nah, I mean, 80% is probably plenty. Maybe 75, but I'm not going. You're not getting a penny more. But yeah, so actually, let me see with Unity. Ah, right, but Unity takes like forever to open. Yeah, no, that's gonna take too long to open. I just remembered how long it takes. It's dumb. So yeah, that's gonna be it for me. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Let me see if there's anywhere I can send everyone. Maybe somebody's doing something fun. If I look up Blender, what happens if I look up Blender on Twitch? Those are past videos. Those guys are not streaming in English. Sometimes I wonder if I'm speaking English. No, it's fine. It's fine. Alright, let me check the same category as what I'm in, which is the software and game development. Be somebody in here doing something fun. Flax engine. I don't know what engine that is. Never heard of it. I'm like the most brightly colored person in this category right now. Okay, you say 70%, but what about... No, I said 75%. I didn't say 70. You're putting words in my mouth. You lying. You lie. You lie. It's kind of hilarious, though, that I'm the most brightly colored person. I mean, it's fair enough, but still funny. Here. What's this person doing? Yeah, this person looks like they're doing some stuff. Okay. I'm gonna raid this person. Thanks for being patient with me while I figured out who to raid. I do appreciate it. Raid. No clue. I don't know about this person. Like, I've never met them before, so of course, join at your own risk and whatnot. But thank you for watching. I hope you had fun. I'll be streaming again real soon, as in tomorrow, but I'll probably be playing a game or something. But yeah, take care, be good. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye. Wah wah.